Hey guys, what is up? It's awesome bringing you guys a video. And today, I'm bringing you guys a movie review of Jurassic World, guys. So, if you guys didn't know, I'm a die-hard Jurassic Park fan, guys. I loved the first movie. Second one, third one was really bad, but Jurassic World came out, guys. So, I didn't see Jurassic World on the opening night release. Let me put my stuff down over here. But, I just got back from watching the movie, and I must say, it's better than the first one. I mean, the first Jurassic Park was like a 9 out of 10 movie. Don't get me wrong, it was fantastic. I would still watch this day. Jurassic World, 9.5 out of 10. That movie was, oh my god, guys, it was amazing. I loved every second of it. I went with my parents. We went to watch the 3D, and a fly just flew by, but watched the 3D. I still got my 3D glasses, and man, there were parts where I literally jumped because the 3D worked so well with the movie. And not only that, the way they incorporated, just, oh my god. So, I know a lot. Let me just get the things out of the way that I didn't like. Didn't like that the T-Rex had like 2 minutes to 3 minutes of screen time, even though they were awesome. I did not like Claire. I didn't think she was a good character. And, let me see, I really didn't like, what else did I not like? I'm not sure. I'm literally drawing up blanks. Let me tell you guys what I loved. So, when the trailers were released, I saw the raptors being trained, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be so bad. Why would you train the raptors, you know? Because they were the scariest things, you know. They were always the thing you're worried about. Now you just took away the scariest dino other than the T-Rex and the new hybrid. But, the hybrid dinosaur, it is mixed with a T-Rex, and it was a secret gene that we didn't know until near midway through the movie. So if you guys didn't know, Chris Pratt, the main actor, or Owen, raised the raptors so they had a mutual respect for each other. So they didn't fully respect his command, but they treat him like their alpha male, as their, their pack leader. So they treat him like family. And so when the hybrid dinosaur escapes captivity, they try to, go get it, whatever. So they use the raptors to catch the scent of it and go off to look for it. So they find it. Him and a bunch of other guys get ready with their guns. He tells them, don't shoot my raptors. Shoot the hybrid. Or the Dinosaurus Rex or whatever it was. But, so what they found out was the hybrid had raptor genes. So it growled or something at the raptors, and the raptors responded back, and they had a conversation. So then you hear Owen like, they got a new alpha, and then the raptors turned deadly to everyone. And that's when the movie got great, because that's when the raptors started to become hunters again, and they became the most fearsome thing at the time, because that's what Jurassic Park was so scared of. The scariest scene from the first movie was when they were in the kitchen and the raptors were hunting for them, which I like to call Hell's Kitchen. The second movie wasn't really that great, but the tall grass scene with the raptors, and the the last part when they were on the island with the raptors, Jurassic Park 3, the main chase scene was with the raptors in the woods. So the fact that they made that with the secret gene being the raptor gene, and then they communicated, and when they started shooting at the hybrid, and the raptor's like, hey, that's our new alpha, and they start hunting through the tall grass and taking them down. Perfect idea. And it wasn't just for like a split second. It was for a good 20 to 30 minutes of the movie where the raptors listened to that. And at the end of the movie, I should have said spoilers, guys, spoilers, but the hybrid, he comes and, Owen, when he's surrounded by 4 raptors, and with, Claire and the 2 kids, he's like, calm down, and he's talking to them, and he sets his gun down, takes the military equipment off one of the raptors, and pets it, and the raptor knows that's them. So when the hybrid comes, the 3 raptors turn around and it's like, yo, this is my boy Owen, we're about to kill you. And, raptors do a decent job of fighting it, and then the best thing happens, because the T-Rex wasn't there the whole movie, guys. T-Rex was there for one scene for like 10 seconds, where it was showing them feeding. You didn't even get a good look at him. But then, they're like, Claire's like, we need more teeth to fight it with. So she runs off, and this is when Claire started to actually become a good character. She called the guy, she's like, open paddock 9. I looked at my dad, and I was like, paddock 9? What's in paddock 9? I thought it was going to be the Spinosaurus from the third movie. But you hear, or you see the T-Rex emerge, and she pulls out the flare. And at first, it looks like the T-Rex is going to lose, so the T-Rex grabbed it, threw it down by its neck, and the T-Rex started beating the thing up, and I was like, yeah, yeah! But then it looked like Jurassic Park 3, where the Spinosaurus snapped his neck, because the hybrid had him on the ground. But then the raptor came, and the raptor jumped on him. It was Blue. That was the raptor's name. The raptor started fighting it. And the T-Rex got up and started attacking it, and the hybrid was pushed back to the pool. And when it was pushed back to the pool, the Mosasaurus jumped out and grabbed it by its leg and pulled it in. And it was sick, guys. But that's the ending of the movie. The beginning of the movie was great, too. I loved it. The way Owen was introduced, Chris Pratt, was awesome. I loved him. He was such a badass. Let me just get that out of the way. There's even a part in the movie, but there's a lot of jokes in the movie, too, where the two kids, you know, Claire's their aunt, and then she's like, we're going to stick with you the whole time, okay? We're never leaving when they're in their car. And Claire's like, I'm never going to let you out of my sight. And she's like, we weren't talking about you, we were talking about Owen. And like, there's a part where Owen's with the raptors and stuff, and then they look at Aunt Claire, they're like, your boyfriend's a badass. And it was, oh my god, it was amazing. Because the subplot to the story, not only are they on an island full of dinosaurs and one gets loose, but the subplot was that someone wanted to use the raptors, because he saw them taking commands, someone wanted to use the raptors to, how do I put this, be used for military. He wanted to use them as weapons. And that was the subplot, so when they tried to use them, and then they turned on him, it was amazing. When the raptors became dangerous, that was my favorite part of the movie. But the movie also had some great scenes with the hybrid dinosaur. For instance, the opening where you first see it, not like the first time when Claire's talking to the one guy, showing him off, but when Owen gets there and they're like, he's like, were those claw marks always there? And you know, there's claw marks like it climbed out. So they go in and they find out. They used the tracking system because they thought it got out of the cage because they couldn't sense it on geothermal. So one of the guys checks the tracking system that's in its back, and he's like, hey, it's still in there. So when they turn around, you see it. And then Owen escapes, but then the hybrid escapes and eats two people. And Owen's like, oh my god, it actually set a trap. Which is a reference to the third movie where the velociraptors in the third movie set a trap. So it was like, because there's a lot of nods to the old movie. For instance, I'm trying to think of a bunch of them. There's a thing like in Jurassic Park 2, in the Lost World, there's a scene where the T-Rex is chasing them, and he steps on a guy, and he sticks to his foot. Same exact thing happens with the hybrid, which was awesome. And all the nods to the old movies were really cool. There's even a small one I don't think many people caught, but in the first movie, near the end, Lex and Tim lock a velociraptor inside a freezer. So they find the old visitor center, the new kids did, and they saw like a velociraptor leg bone, I think it was, and they used it as a torch, but it was by a broken freezer. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. And it was just, the movie was awesome. I love Jurassic World, and I am definitely going to see it again. This is my first time seeing it today, and I'm planning on going to see it sometime during the week. I really want to do that, guys, because that movie was just mind-blowing. And the ending scene where the T-Rex, you know, everyone gets off, and it gets on the perch, and it just lets out that loud roar. You're like, yes! And another scene I did really like was the where the pterodactyl started to attack. I thought that was a really good scene because it's like one of the side characters that was supposed to watch the kids. No one really liked her, and they picked her up, and you're like, oh my god. And the pterodactyls, because they escape, and they just throw her into the water with the mosasaur. She gets eaten, so is one of the pterodactyls. And another one of my favorite scenes is definitely the guy that no one liked, the guy that wanted to use the raptors for military reasons. They're in the visitor center or whatever, and he's getting ready to rob more embryos, and then a raptor walks in while Owen and all of them are talking, and the raptor walks in and walks up on the guy. I can't even remember his name. I think his name was Hesky or something. I don't remember. And the raptor starts backing him up. He's like, hey, it's okay. We're friends, right? We're friends. And those are the same calls that Owen used. So the raptor started like looking at him like, huh, okay, and he pet the raptor like Owen did, but when he did that, the raptor just smashed its jaw shut on his hand and jumped on him and just ate him alive, and it was sick, guys. The movie was amazing. I loved it to death, and if you haven't seen it yet, I highly advise you go check it out, even though you probably don't watch this if you weren't looking for spoilers. But guys, great movie. I think every Jurassic Park fan will love it. It's a great way to revive this series, and I really think there's going to be a sequel. And I'll explain why in another video, guys. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe. Tell me if you like this Jurassic Park review, because I will. If you want me to, I'll do a review of the first, second, and third movie. But guys, let's Austin. I'm out. Peace.